Working? No? Something's not working. You guys there? Are we on? We're working? Oh man, I've been here for 2 minutes. I could see you guys making fun of me. Okay, sorry, back on the... I had it off the tripod. Mic back in. Come on, YouTube, work with us. Work with us. It's on the tripod now, mate. So, how much of that did you guys get? It was really frustrating because I could see you guys making fun of me, right? I could see all the fashionably late. Where is he? He's always late to his own show. I spent the first minute and a half cracking jokes to myself. Is the video not coming through? Pete, this isn't embarrassing, mate. Compared to my life, it's usually quite a bit worse. Okay. Wow, well, at least it started working. You know, I was taking screenshots so I could show you guys, hey, look, it's not my fault. There's technical challenges, reasons. But, I was 1 minute late. I was 1 minute late. But thank you for sticking through, and eventually it worked. I don't know what it is. There could be connectivity issues in my little part of the world when I need to kick this off, but it's 8 a.m. in the morning locally where I am. It should work, right? I mean, it's not on a Sunday morning. You wouldn't expect that it's a high traffic time of day, right? Anywho, thank you for sticking in. Yeah, I put the... Whoa, there you go, Ben. It's all part of the charm of live YouTube. Okay, wow, it's got a really good big show today. Hey guys, thanks for coming in. Yeah, dinosaur. A big spider is on our Australian internet cable. That's what it was. I wonder what it is though. I'll keep testing it. Last week I ended up, I don't know if you guys caught it, I came back on and did a later version of the show that wasn't as good, sadly, because I was tired. But it worked. So we'll see how it goes. The full house, yeah, but thank you very much for sticking, guys. But okay, for people watching this on the replay, really sorry about the slow start to this video, but the reason it happened is I've been having some challenges with it kicking off. It's not, for some reason, it's giving me an internet connection thing, and it's saying no video or audio. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what we can do. Today's topic, verses. I'm seeing this come up a lot in our channels, in our different communications. It even popped up on Discord, but we've got our Paint on Plastic Facebook group, which is really going gangbusters. I think this week, next week, we'll hit 1,000 people, which for a small kind of high quality group like we are, I think that's really amazing. And thank you for all of the great content you guys put in there. Our Discord channel is pretty popular recently. It's pretty different. It's much smaller group by nature. And it's more of a rambling conversation, and we put different things in. But one of the things I'm seeing on my travels across the great broad internet and across my own media is this thing of verses coming up. Now, you saw the thumbnail. Just to get rid of any of the suspense that may have created, I did not, in fact, get any of that donut. I tried, I begged, I pleaded, I whined. I used all of the skills in my arsenal. I did not get any of that donut. And it was a chocolate mud cake donut from Krispy Kreme. So, that will stay with me. I won't be able to let that go ever. And, thanks, Andy. I did get one bite of my wife had like a plain one, so I got one of them. It probably is, Stephen, but anyway, I just had to use that photo because Tabitha and we were up early this morning and we took some photos. I had some, airbrush versus handbrush is one of the most obvious things for us to talk about, right? So we tried a few different combinations of this, and it did look funny because it was gorilla hand versus nice kid hand, but it was quite hard to get the. You guys can tell I'm a little bit The word fastidious is coming to me, but I don't know if that's the right use in this context. My English is coming back to me in flashbacks now. Little words pop into my head, but I don't know if it's really the right way to use it. So I'm very precious. It sounds even better, right? I'm very precious about how I put things together because I'm an artiste. You gotta say it like that, right? An artiste. So I couldn't get a good composition with the shots, with the versus things. But that donut photo, that's from yesterday. Saturday's kind of my day off. Precious Princess. That's me, Tristan. Yeah, I'm not going to let that one go. That's a, wait till Ryan gets a hold of this and hashtags it. I'm screwed. The princess with credentials. I shouldn't laugh so much at my own jokes, but, I'm funny. Hey. Saturday's kind of my day off, so I carry bags and stuff for the girls. So, and then I get back to work, and that was one of the best photos, and I just thought it was kind of, yeah, there it is. How Jay? Well done, mate. That's gold. Because for the rest of my life, I'm very unprecious, but with photos, robots, weathering, stuff that's really important, I'm very precious. And, okay, can we add that? Purple Precious Princess. Oh boy. Spare no expense on the hashtags. That photo though, when I saw that, I was flicking through photos and my wife's really getting good at photography. And the funny thing is, that's come about, Takedo, good morning mate. That's come about from our involvement in the modeling industry, right? So she's got lots of practice with it, and she's getting really, really good. So I was going through some of the photos with her, and I just had to use that photo as the thumbnail. It did sum up a little bit about the versus thing, but sorry I got sidetracked with that. I wanted to explain a bit of the why, and but what I'm seeing is, and what I thought would be a good thing to talk about, and this is the perfect sort of platform to to speak a little bit more, because it's not specifically. Grant's in. Hey, Grant. Yeah, priorities. Robots, MAK, and Condom. It's exactly that, mate. Exactly. This is a really good platform to kind of discuss a few things. We can take a little bit more. I don't have to cut, edit down, and we can showcase and do a few more things and talk about ideas rather than do tutorials. So if you've tuned in looking for tutorials, they're maybe about half of my content. But these ones, I thought we could kick around some more ideas like that. And the one I thought we could address today would be the versus thing that I see in modeling. Now, I understand, I really do get it. It's our human nature. We want to know what's the best between two options to prioritize our limited resources. So I very much understand that from the modeler's perspective. We want to know what's the best thing to put our time investment into, our skill investment, and our limited money resource investment. So yeah, I really, really get that. So constantly people will ask me which one is best. The caveat, and kind of the sad truth of it is that, or it's not even a sad truth, let me be very positive as always. The best thing is, it's usually a choice of two positives. That's the best thing. Or some of them aren't really choices. I mean, a choice does not need to be made. The big one that comes up all the time, I knew this would happen. I knew this would happen. Because when I kicked off, because I just moved to Australia, I didn't have an airbrush set up yet. So I went with the handbrush. So people who know me initially from YouTube say, oh, he's a handbrush guy. Because again, that's human nature. We like to, it helps us to pigeonhole things, because if we put a label on somebody, they're very easy to remember. Ah, that handbrush guy talks like Bob Ross, the Bob Ross of Gunpla. Happy accidents, dude. I'll take that. It's funny too. And I'm all about that happiness, right? And yes, I am pretty handy with handbrushes. I mean, I started with handbrushes, went to airbrush. Happy little airbrush mistakes. Nate for the win. That's a good one, mate. I started with the handbrush, went to the airbrush, got reasonably, good enough with it, went back for more hand brushing, and I go backwards and forwards with them. So when that one comes up, hashtags, you guys are more, you guys are stealing the Ryan hashtag thunder, or is it adding to it? It's more of an ad, right? Bob Russ of Gunpla. So the hand brushing thing, so I keep cracking up. You guys are dropping bombs in the comments. It's gold. And because you know me from one, initially, even some of my good buddies, they were sending me messages saying, you know, you probably shouldn't do airbrush videos. And I thought, why? And they said, well, you know, people know you for these, especially the Vegemite versions, because it tastes so good. Wow, look at that. I just lost 500 subscribers. And they said, you know, maybe you shouldn't do that because, you know, people might get confused, or people know you as a hand brush dude. So if you do airbrushing, they might think that, you know, you're... I actually did have one comment. One guy said, oh, I'm really sad to see you go to the other side. And but I think now that you've seen me do a couple of airbrush models, you can tell it's not my first airbrush rodeo, right? You know I've been doing it for a while. And it's probably, it would be equal on both. So here's the thing on versus. I don't think so I got my mate from I know from my really early days, Nicky, the drug man, is here, and he's laughing because he's confused that I'm still not making, you know, Games Workshop towel miniatures. I want to make more, mate. I will. But the thing is, there's a lot of ands in modeling, and that's one of the messages I'd really like to get out there. And it's challenging because there's a lot of momentum, a lot of inertia. There's a lot of noise is not the right word, but you know what I mean. From a marketing perspective, because so many people have been saying very similar things for the longest time, and build more transformers. I really missed the live show last week at the different time because I wasn't getting all the heckling. It's not the PoP live without heckling from the Peanut Gallery. I'm going to stop reading the messages for a sec so I can stay on target. I want to get the message out there that there's a lot of bless you, sweetie. You okay? Yeah. The tabs are sneezing. I want to, by the way, there needs to be more thumbs up for this video. There's 18 people watching and only 3 likes. I'm sure more of you like this babble the rant that I'm going on with. Please, oh, there we go, that worked. You know how you guys were making me touch stuff and do things in the live the other week? That was my payback for it. Oh, there we go. Thanks, guys. Hey, is this when I ask for you to send donations through the Twitch feed that I'll pretend this is so I can make more money? Mass donate now. That was a sitting duck. I had to take it. Thanks, guys. That was cool. Yeah, beg for money, you filthy painter monkey. Oh, God. I was just waiting for Kenneth to say the kick me in the nuts joke. This is either the worst or best live show so far. So let me get on with it. The and. So you guys, Discord chat is after this, and we do it via voice. And this is the kind of silliness. If you can't read the comments as you're watching the replay, it's this kind of madness that happens in the Discord voice chat that we do after the show. And it's where I get to heckle the guys back and mute them so that they can't say anything back and make comebacks. So it's quite rewarding. Especially because I'm the only one with the buttons, so that's pretty good. Tristan, $10 piece of flesh, dance monkey. Hey, at the Christmas party, I'm going to come back to the and, okay? Because someone said dance, and it's I've got to make mention of this. So Christmas party. Yeah, buttons, mad with power. That's exactly right. And Kenneth is offering, he'll pay a lot more money for my videos if my wife kicks me in the nads. And I'm just not sure that I'm going to happen. Okay, guys, right. So Christmas party. I want to call it the Paint on Plastic Christmas party. And I guess it is from a certain point of view, but really we're just stealing the Gunpla Builders Australia's party. Not stealing, joining, homaging, ripping off. So they've got a really big group, and they're very cool guys. They're the ones who invited me down to Sydney for Gunpla Builders World Cup in August. And I met a bunch of them. I went to their after party there, and it was awesome. It was really, really, really good. And Soju pool party, exactly. And it was a really fun. It was really, 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 really awesome. I brought my family there. Or my family brought me there, so I would behave. But I might be allowed to go to this one by myself now. You know, Tomoe is going to sign off, even though she met Ryan and Tristan. Tomoe is going to sign off and maybe let me go by myself. So, so we're thinking about joining that one. There's some details in the Paint on Plastic Facebook group, but it looks like it's either, what is it, about the second weekend or about the 9th-ish of December. So it'll be in Sydney, Australia, either at this really awesome Korean barbecue place, or there's talk of a pool party, and there were pictures going around of a pig on a spit, which, you know, any kind of barbecued animal, and I'm definitely in with that. So keep in the loop on that one. That would be really awesome, and it would be so cool to meet, you know, meet up again with a bunch of you, or meet up with new folks who could join us there. Okay, somewhat on topic. 18 minutes in, and I haven't really hit the topic yet. Value minimum. Sorry, guys. What I wanted to say, my big message for today, besides the hilarity, was that I think there's a lot of and. There's a lot of and in our hobby. So when I get asked these or versus questions, or I see people, I even see people who otherwise would be the best buddies ever, arguing about things that actually could be and type situations. So I get this one all the time. You could imagine, because of my hand brushing, I guess you could say legacy, skills, different things. I get this one all the time, and then I get asked this one. Or I'll see people who do either one putting down the other. And to me that's crazy, because these are really, now I know this is different, but these to me are one and the same. They're just part of a continuum of, wait for it, putting paint on plastic or resin, not a flying toy, sponsored by the Queensland government. So they're the same. They're just tools to put paint on models. So I do both. I'm equally, you know, equally somewhat skilled at both. For the last 8 odd years, maybe longer, I don't know, but I've always used both. Often, I'll even use both on the same model. It doesn't need to be an and or. Now, you can, for style purposes, this is key. For idiot reasons, I sometimes do restrict myself to a theme. And it's just for my own entertainment. It's really for that. It's not for any other purpose. It's strictly for my own stupid entertainment. Because, you know, I'm an idiot, and small things amuse me. I'm serious. So sometimes I'll do a no airbrush kit, but it's for reasons. And sometimes it's because the airbrush just wouldn't work. Now, the other thing I'll admit to, I'm an idiot, but I'm a super practical type of person. I can't get away from that. It's just that's one of the themes that I've kind of grown up on. I'm just very, 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 very practical. So it pains me to go against that. I can for money or artistic reasons or other things, but I will, you know, just like water. And I know the people who are following my brand, my content, my channel, this must jive with you too. I'm happy I got that jive word in there today. I feel a lot cooler. I know this must resonate with you as well, because I do see modelers out there who don't do things in a practical way. And I feel like I've got that, you know, Elle from Stranger Things, little ego nosebleed action happening when I see it. I'm like, oh, the bad men are coming. So now I know the reason they do that is because they enjoy it too, and power to them. Some people enjoy a very painstaking approach to things, and that's just not me. So I definitely go with the one you enjoy. But the and thing, I wanted to get more My mate Pete just owned me. He said, don't say jive, say align. I don't want you to say jive because I don't think you should be a jive turkey this close to Thanksgiving. That's an awesome line from one of the best movies of all time, Trading Places. You guys must know that one. I'm a huge Eddie Murphy fan. He's got some funny stuff. So, and I wanted to talk about and to be inclusive. It's thanks is really confused. Yeah, my English is really bad sometimes, guys. I do apologize from that. I could explain it a little bit better in Japanese, but that wouldn't go as well. And I'm an idiot. Let's hark back to that often. So sorry about that, but thanks for the explanation. So, many of the people watching my show, your viewpoints and thoughts will align with, will probably align, or they're quite similar to mine, and that's why we can get along. I think that might, I'd re-say that one. Thank you, Pete. So, a lot more and. I want to introduce a lot more and, get the and going in our hobby, because I think it's much better to be inclusive and bring us together rather than be, divisive and drive us apart. Some people will join, they join our Facebook group. I'll put a link in there so you guys are welcome to come and check us out. And they'll say, I specifically do this. I'm like, okay, well, I just make plastic models, but you're welcome. And I have noticed that people joining our group, the really cool thing about it is you're really embracing the and. You may not have thought about it in that way yet, but so people are coming in doing one specific type of modeling and then trying new ones. And trying new kinds of paint. And I think that's just brilliant. I'm really happy that that's working. So here's a selection of stuff that I get asked or questions about all the time. So I rummaged through my selection. I just chucked a bunch out. I get asked these or questions, and I'm literally every day. I get two kinds of questions. I get or, should I use this or that? Or the other one is, here's a photo, quick, give me some weather tips. And oh my God, if it was so easy, that would be how I would structure my business. I mean, you guys understand this is my business. I do this full time now. I make content to help people make their models better and have fun with it too. That's my thing. That's my mission statement. Make it fun and help people to also have fun and make the stuff a bit better. If I could get it down to 3 lines of text to post into a Facebook Messenger thing, boom, and a couple, like 2 photos with the 1, 2, 3. So too much coffee. If I could put the photos in of 1, 2, 3, just do that, my life would be pretty easy. I could probably hang out on the beach all day and it would just, be brilliant. But it doesn't work that way. It's actually quite complicated. Shimel, yeah, it really is. So I get a lot of that daily. So I say I have videos. I have a whole thing. I have a whole membership site dedicated to helping people, and I do cut it and paste a lot. Agent Orange, I love that name when it comes up. I do, but it's pretty obvious, and I don't think that helps people. So what I do is I do cut out and I post links to the membership site, which is Patreon, because that has all of the deepest, most helpful content in one place. And we've got up past 81. Got 81 awesome folks supporting me. Thank you very much, guys. And they're the ones who seem to improve the fastest, because the ones who ask me one-to-one questions, I think they're looking for it to be a lot easier than it actually is, it's a bit sad. Because you guys who are improving really quickly, you're putting in loads of work. And you have to be doing that. You've got to be making the models. You've got to be doing stuff. It's not a theoretical hobby. You actually have to be physically doing the stuff. But having access to content and a supportive team who are positive and who can answer the odd question, that's the way to do it. And that's why I see the smart guys doing that. And that'll work. Okay. I've got a question coming up. There's a statement came up. No buffering from Ben. Is the video not buffering any longer? I don't understand what that means. So these are the things. I'll just quickly wrap this up. You can learn a lot from the book, I think. Actually, that's a really good one. Thank you, Nikki. More hand waving. I kind of don't want to mess with the feed too much, just in case it doesn't work. So, depending on one of the things I do, right? Humans learn different ways. Some of us learn through doing, and apparently that's quite common. The kinesthetic approach. Some people learn by listening. Some people learn by watching. Some people learn by reading. There's a lot of different ways. I'm going to ban some of you guys for whining. There's or I'll turn this into a podcast. That actually could work. That could work. Maybe I should change this into a weekly podcast rather than a live show. Apparently there's software that can pull all of this babble down and load it into a podcast and then put it up. Nate's got the best one. I learned from heckling. So yeah, what I try to do is, part of my membership thing and my brand is that I'm trying to put out different forms of content that help people to learn in different ways. I know it seems like I'm a little bit haphazard at times, but there's more to it than that. I have thought it through. So I understand some people will prefer to have like a printed book in their hands and learn from that. That's underway. I need funds to get that sort of stuff going. So that's part of what the membership site is working towards. Putting things into a physical format for people. Some people like to learn from videos. Some people learn from lives. Some people learn face-to-face. So I'm looking to produce a spectrum of content to help people get into that. So that was a good plug for that. I hope that made sense. Here are some recent ones. I'm getting asked this one all the time now. Should I do this or this? And. It's not or, it's and. So these are fast and easy. These are good, a little bit more challenging, and they have excellent volume. They both have really good positives. If I was just getting started with oil paints, I would point you towards oil brushes because they're easy. And you're probably not going to be doing something really big. If you're working on, like, you know, mega size 112 busts, you're obviously very advanced. You would probably, for volume of things, so I've got a couple of these for shading purposes. This brand is awesome. Sepia from Rembrandt is a really good one, and for flesh tones, this is a really good one too, Dark Matter. But if you're not at that level, you will notice that these colors are actually quite close. This one and probably a bit more red and then a bit of brown. You could easily use your oil brushes to get the same effects with these, and it would just be simpler for you. You wouldn't have to think through all of the things. So it's definitely an and, but for beginners, I point you towards that. This one comes up as a or question all the time. Starship Felth. That's exactly it, Andy. From now on, because of my blooper in the previous video, it's Starship Felth. This one is an or, came up all the time. So I tested them. I've got a decal video up, and there was no difference. So it's an and. Whichever one you can buy easily, just get that. These, I get the or question. Gaia's or Mr. Color, and it's an and. And they mix too. People ask me, are they compatible? Yeah, they are. I mean, it's lacquer. They really do. So very much. Actually, I had the thinners out. Sorry, Tomboy-chan, could you grab... I left them over there. I'm so sorry. I'm plugged in. I can't run over. The two thinner bottles. Just the thinner bottles. Thank you. Cool. So these ones, I get asked this one all the time. Or should I be getting this one or this one? And again, it's an and. Because they're just different. The new Akrijang, I haven't heard that. I don't know how to say that. These ones are really, really good. They're different, and they're ands for me. I've got like the world's supply of different acrylic paints. Here we go. Here we go. And again, they're all ands. They're all really good. I mean, along with the, you guys know, I'm really keen on Ammo by MIG acrylics recently. But I'm really big on acrylics, so they're definitely an and for me. I use all of them. They intermix, they do. I'd never say any of them are particularly better than the other ones. They're just different, right? So, you know, even these old classics, I don't think they airbrush very well. You can airbrush them, and they do have an airbrush line. I think the ammo stuff airbrush is a bit better, but you know, they're good. These ones are really interesting too. I haven't tested these out through the airbrush yet because when I first used them, I just didn't happen to have the airbrush when I first had them. But these are really nice too. I don't have any to show right now, but also Tamiya. I've used them extensively, so it's another and. Tamiya, both their acrylic lacquer, they really are, as well as their enamels. They're really good. They're just ands. Their lacquer paint I haven't used yet, but I'm excited to try it out. Here's another one. I was pulling out things. So I get asked these all the time. Matte or semi-gloss or gloss. And you can see the theme, right? They just have different uses. I hope that helps. I'm not trying to... I hope this doesn't come across as argumentative. I mean it to be a little bit more... Hey, Mark. Yes, you can hand brush with Tamiya for specific things. So I realized I've probably made my life worse in my inbox. Now I'm going to get like a million questions about, what about the thing? And but you said I can use this for this, which is true, but there are caveats. Okay, you know, that's one of the reasons I'm kind of going through all of these different products. I'm not doing and things. I'm not doing exclusive things per se, but I'll test them in different ways and show different things with them. With examples. I think that's really important. We could theorize all day. And my mate Paul Lombardi was coming, what did he call it? Armchair, because it's an armchair general thing, but armchair paint bottle licking dudes, which I thought was hilarious. Because, you know, I fit into that category as well. I like to theorize about these things. But I think it's important that each time I show or do something with a paint, that I show you a practical example and a finished model with that technique, so that you can see that there is a proof. This is one of the things that is really rife on the internet, is we'll have dudes putting out theories, advice, ideas, but there's nothing to back it up. They go, oh, I always do this and I have no problems with it. I've been doing this for 30 years. Do you like that voice? They sound like they're from Asgard, don't they? Asgard. I've been doing this for 30 years. I've had no problems. No models. And you click on the gallery, they got nothing. There's no proof. Now, I'm not saying that it's not working for them. Obviously, something's worked for them. But you've got to show something for it, right? For me to be sold with it, I want to see how it works and your result. I want to see your result with it. This is one of the reasons I thought I could get into videos, because I wanted to show something with the result. So, yeah, I can't do that one, Pete. But I hope that one makes sense. So as I go through different products, I'll be showing them with an approach theme and then an outcome, and together we can build up like a quiver, a repertoire, a number of a volume, a library, a vault. There we go. That's the word I was looking for. We're going to develop a vault of videos. You can go back and say, well, you can use it like this. That Stinky Linc idiot, he did it and it worked, and there it is. That's the finished model. Two recent examples. Ammo is getting asked all the time if you can hand brush their paints. So they ask me, they said, you know, can you? I said, yeah, of course you can. Technically, you can hand brush any paint, right? You'll have to work with it and figure out how it works. They were actually very easy. It took me maybe 3 seconds to figure out that I put my brush in it and painted on. But so that's why I've got 3 videos for them, right? The vault, yeah, there's some good stuff there coming back. So the vault one, So with the ammo paints, for example, I've got the airbrush and the hand brush. Then I've got 2 oil brusher videos. One's oil brusher going over a varnish coat, and it was actually this stuff, semi-gloss. And I also did oil brushes just over the acrylic with nothing in between. So they were the 2 questions I was getting. So there's examples of them now. When people ask me, boom, I can point you at the example. Okay, so that's the game plan there. Hey, speaking of the I wanted to give a shout out. This one taught me something really, really important. You know, I'm all about the learning stuff, the aha moments, right? Hey, there's lots more people looking, but the thumbs up, the like button, it's not increasing at the same rate. Could you test and see if the like button works for me, please? Hey, did you know, here's the funny thing too, you can also hit dislike. YouTube doesn't care. Either way, it counts as a positive. So I reckon I've got a couple of haters on my channel, and I giggle about this no end. Every now and then, my videos will have like 1 or 2 dislikes. And so David Bosch, all brushes going bareback. That's exactly it. When people mash dislike on your video, YouTube counts that pretty much as a like, because it's a video that's evoked a strong reaction within the audience and they're happy about it. Whether it's a plus or a minus, they're happy. So I've got some people who mash dislike. They must do it every video. I don't know why, but they're actually helping me. So I want to say thank you very much, haters. It just seems, that one seems even funnier to me. What I learned that was really cool was that somebody over in the US, in Texas, bought one of the Stinky Linc air blowing sets from Hobbyco. So, no, number 1, thank you. And number 2, it made me look more at the data in my analytics on YouTube. And I realized, truth be told, my show is actually, it's a US YouTube show, because the wonderful people of the United States make up 70% of my audience. And that's what I should try to do more stuff for you guys. So thank you. Thank you for watching. That's really cool. My show's really big in US, UK, Australia, and Asia. There's quite a few people in Europe as well, but it's a huge jump though. US is so big. And yeah, it's 70%. 70% of my traffic is coming from the US. So I'll have to do something and have to get over there as well. But the Hobbyco people were so happy and surprised about that people from overseas are both watching and buying the stuff. They gave me some new sets, so it's kind of been like a bit of a resupply. I'll put the link in if you happen to be looking. I've got a funny video up with me doing, you know, what do you call it? I'm doing like jazz fingers and stuff, showing off my my set from this. No, Italy's actually pretty decent. I've got lots of friends in Italy. So I have a video up of this one. I'll put that in the comments so you can click on it if you want to have a look. I'll do both. I'll put the video comments in, video link in, so you can have a laugh about that one with me. And that one was a blast to make. Also, I'll put in the link directly for the set. It's, I think it was like 20% off. So even with the international shipping, it obviously worked out as a good deal for people to buy and import. So thank you very much. That was really cool. Okay. Yes, Nate, I just noticed that too. The guys were just commenting that we can notice a strong correlation between, it sounds very mathematical and proper, doesn't it? There's a strong correlation between the length of the show and the number of active participants. So maybe I've been cutting it too short at 20 minutes. But my subscribers will probably take a hit because people say this is rambling and not edited like his other nice content. Yeah, right. I'm getting tired though, so I can't talk much longer. And I think I covered the and thing pretty well. The Christmas party thing, the Stinky Linc air blowing deal is you know, resupplied. They gave me a couple more because people were liking it. I want to try to add the booth in because the airbrush is good. But what I'm really noticing is now that I've got the, you know, the booth up, the extractor thing, I used a different system in Tokyo. This one's much better, and I can see how much of the overspray that it's pulling out. That one really surprised me. I wonder how much of that was going in my eyes, in my ears, on my skin before, and it was lacquer, atomized lacquer too, right? So yeah, it's a bit scary. So I want to get more people to look after themselves and get something good like that. So that booth is really, we're 42 minutes in. Am I allowed to say kick ass? It's really, really good. It really does suck. That's what I want to say. That would be the best ad for it. It really does suck. The fumes out. And helps keep your workspace clean. Okay, I think that were the main things I wanted to hit. But Christmas party, super excited. That would be awesome. And it would be good to meet up with a bunch of you there as possible. And I'll probably be off the leash and by myself, which will be cool. Okay, dudes. I'm going to flick over to Discord now. Whilst drinking coffee. There's some really comments coming in. Shmal's, I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong, Shmal, Mr. Silver. But yeah, mask, definitely. Definitely. I wear a proper mask with the organic solvent filter. Definitely. I wear goggles now too. And yeah, okay, so it's Simon in Portuguese, but I probably say it wrong. Some guy was making fun of me on the Ammo channel for saying Mig's name wrong. And I was like, well, sorry, man, I don't know. Like, I try. When I'm together with my buddy Mig, we don't say each other's names much. We say things like, hey, dude, look at this. So, you know. But yeah, protective gear is a must. Maybe we could do another show about that, because I realize there's maybe some people who are new to modeling looking at my stuff. I want to make sure that I lead people in the right direction to take care of themselves so that they can enjoy the modeling hobby for a long time. And part of that is investing in proper protective equipment. You don't need a million kinds of paints like I do straight away, but the protective equipment, once you start atomizing and spraying paint around, definitely you need. That's something you should not be cheaping on. You can only make one kit at a time, but lungs and stuff got to take care of. Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. Really good comments. I'm super happy. The engagement and feedback during this show is awesome. I really like that. Thanks, guys. This is really a big highlight to the week now. I had such a good laugh during this one, and then we do the Discord chat after this, and it's a you guys get to talk back. We do it on Discord. It's a like an upgraded version of TeamSpeak. And it's all voice over IP, so you guys get to talk back, and then I heckle you, or laugh, but both of them. Discord is Discord. That was deep. So thanks, mate. I'll put links up in there as well. But Discord is really good. We've got a private channel, and you get that. How is this for total sales pitch? You get Discord free as part of your membership subscription to the Paint on Plastic Patreon site. If you pay $5 or more, you get all of our wonderful content, PDF downloads, sneaky peeks on new videos, as well as extended director's cut videos and the Discord channel. Yes. Pete, don't tell me you didn't know this already. So it's a good thing. I know I say this, it sounds like I'm kidding, but sometimes this has come to my attention that I realize how's that for an internet line? You do realize that. I realize that if I don't keep reminding and saying things about what we're doing and our different content and different features and what have you, I've realized that some of the guys don't realize what they have, what they're entitled to as part of their package. So that's why I wanted to run through it there. You get all of that for the low price of from $5 a month. The $10 one is the good package. The $20 one, you get your name in lights, in the credits, in every video. And it looks really good. And right now, that means you're going out in front of 7,300 people each and every time. And as the channel grows, because I'm not going to stop doing it anytime soon, I'm not allowed to, I've got nothing better to do. That's why I make these videos. That's why I'm doing it. But as it grows and people watch those videos, I mean, you're getting your name out there and you're an awesome patron of the arts. If I can figure it out, I want to do more. But as I learn more and more about, video production, doing different things, making this my business, I think we can do better and more things. But yeah, and the support really helps for that. Thanks, guys. I hope that makes sense. Wanted to explain that. Make sure you guys know what you're getting in the value. Okay, cool. Almost 50 minutes. Wow, that went long. Okay, I'm going to jump off now. Thank you very much for making it through. And I'll see you guys in Discord, okay? Cheers. Bye for now.